what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the ClownCast. Every week we get into a different kind of topic of what's going on with my personal life, stuff that I've been through, and stuff that's going on in the current world. Now, give a big shout out to Sports Talk with Friends for hosting the podcast, and I always got Lil Jay with me. I can't do the shows without him. He's actually starting his own videos. Wants me to start him a YouTube channel because he wants his own channels now. He's always telling me he makes his own show. But tonight we're gonna get into a kind of controversial topic with everybody because of the good and the bad with it. We're gonna get into the AI and the aliens because I feel like it's just in time for the elections and all, and they always need something crazy to distract us when it comes to election time. But before we get into the topic of it, I want to bring in my co-host, my brother, my family, Uncle Leroy. You can't say Leroy without saying the junior first.
Hey, this your dude, Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. Yes, sir. I'm live here in Arlington, Texas from STWF Studios. We in the building. Oh, wait, wrong drop. But look, man, that's just how the day been going. So look, we live on the ClownCast, man. I'm happy to be here. What's that with you, brother?
And chilling. Got my phone's blowing up right now with some work stuff. Oh, look, Miss Diana.
Look, they jumping in early, huh? Jason got a fan. I heard you talking about, he starting his own page.
Bro, if you could see the videos, this little dude, I had no idea he was doing this. And then I called him the other day. He actually had my dad being his cameraman. And I kind of caught on to what he was saying. He's got his own little intro, got his own look, he stole from you though. He's got this, that's his intro now, man. He got to do that. Look, he took that from you. But shit, dude, yesterday I was literally laying in bed sleeping. I just woke up and I can hear him talking. I sit up and all of a sudden he's doing this. I go walk over there and I hear, "This is my daddy. This dude's doing his own show." Like how I became a guest on your show, bro. Like, what's going on? But
hey, man, where you reside at on that pecking order,
bro. Hey, at least
Jason is here. He's here, and you're here, man. Just
no, I'm more like down here because I wasn't even the first guest. He done had all the animals and stuff on his show before me. Watch, I'm gonna upload these videos. I told him we're gonna start on my channel. Like the dude was literally setting up his little tablet today. And remember, I showed you a picture of that water slide.
Wait, hold on. Of course, wait. Of course, we got the video.
Look. This is where he just all of a sudden made me a guest.
Like, come here.
I just woke up.
My daddy.
Hello, everybody.
Man, talking about a real show and tell,
dude. And it's funny because, like, you know how we start the show, it has the countdown for me. Well, he sees that countdown, so now before he hits start, he sits there and counts down from 10. He does his own countdown and then he hits the button. Like it's crazy what he's picking up on. He has an intro and an outro. Today, look. My mom just timed in. You can ask her. We were sitting out back. Jason was making videos of himself getting on the top of that slide and riding down the top of an ice chest like a surfboard on this slide. And then he gets up and says, "If for my show." But I tell you what's crazy. Okay, he's 6 and he already knows because like when he's making his videos, he knows to keep it under 2 minutes. And he'll sit there, and while he's talking, he goes, "Oh, 2 minutes," and then stop it. Huh.
Wow.
Tell you, we're gonna have
how so that's crazy that he's so young and able to know like about keeping videos under 2 minutes. The things that he's able to pick up on.
No, because he watches that kid's YouTube and he sees those videos. I'm watching him and his videos mock those kids. Like he'll go get his toys and come out and do like a reveal and talk about the cool stuff that's with it. So I'm definitely gonna start on my channel, get him started young, and that's raw. Like he's not even really talking yet, so they're gonna actually get to see him progress and all. And the little boy's already got a fan base. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Nice. So what we got up today, man? I mean, it's like it was doing a lot of there's some raining out here in Dallas, so.
Dude, we got a good rainstorm in today. Uh, they've had 50% chance of rain for the last 3 weeks, and it has never rained. And then all of a sudden today, the sky fell out. I'm like, it was pretty good. I slept through most of it when I woke up towards the end, but it was some pretty good rain. I usually miss all the good daytime rains because I sleep during the day. I work overnight.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that, when I texted you, how quickly you responded. I'm like, man, this guy fucking sleep, man.
Well, because of the changes I did to the donut shop, and Jason's getting older now, I don't have to rush home for 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm kind of like changing my life, my schedule, and everything. It's better for the shop because the customers come in, they want to talk to me. They want to see me. They see the videos of me doing the donuts and I'm not here. I got to leave at about 5, 6 o'clock to get him ready. So I talked with my mom and my dad, and we got us a schedule set up to where now, since like I told you, I cut out the food, I cut out the video poker. I'm going back to just strictly donuts, and then I'm gonna start staying till 9 o'clock in the morning. Get to meet my customers, let them meet me, get to talk to them, show face. And then at 9 o'clock, I can go home, get me a nap. By the time he gets out of school, I'll be waking up and get to do stuff with him actually in the evening time. And then me and him can both go to bed at 8 o'clock. I think it'll just be a better schedule for him and me too, because I don't want to miss the years of him growing up and shit. Like I paid a lot of money for this too. Paid a lot of money for him. I don't want to miss out on the shit. Plus, he's just getting so funny, man. Like that's one thing I used to call them fuck trophies. I never wanted a kid. But like now having my own and like watching him grow and get this personality and dude, it's fucking amazing. It's funny to watch until he starts getting my attitude with me. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up when you turn 16. Like 16th birthday, the first present you get, and I'm fucking popping the shit out of him. Like, hang on, dude.
Hey man, I mean that's what's needed. I mean, especially when they get to that age, because around that age, that's when the boys won't drop their nuts. So you definitely gotta let them know what their pecking order is.
Oh, dude, he already flexed on one of the girls. So like, don't get me wrong. Now he loves the girls. He calls them his ladies, and him and Nicole was kind of going back and forth one day, and she told Jason that she was the boss, and Jason stopped, and he was like, "No, I'm the boss," and she said, "No, I'm the boss, dude." No lie, hand on the Bible. The little boy was like, "No, come see," and took her out front this building and pointed at the sign and said, "See that? That me, I the boss." Like, dude, this dude is not messing around.
You are watching a master at work.
Facts, man. Like shit. I mean, so it looking like he's primed for. I mean, you made him ready for the limelight. Got his, his face on the billboard of Lil J's Donuts. You got him, making videos. He's gonna be the young Tom Cruise.
Dude, I hope so, because I would definitely like him to like get more out of everything that like I didn't see back when I talked about it in one of the other shows, man, when I won that award. That dude told me in 2014 that cable TV wasn't gonna be what it is anymore. To start me a YouTube channel, start me a Pope Clown YouTube channel now. And I laughed about it because, dude, I was like, I don't watch YouTube. Like, why would I do that? And then the dude was absolutely right, bro. Look at what I always think of what this could be if I'd have started it fucking 8 years ago. The dude was dead on. The dude was done. He even said that the NFL was going to start slacking. He said it ain't going to hurt them, but you're going to notice the NFL is going to slack and soccer is going to start getting bigger. And damn for sure, dude, soccer's starting to get big, man.
Facts. I mean, and it's crazy because, like now they got YouTube. Then they have YouTube TV. YouTube just went ahead and, purchased the NFL, got the rights for the NFL Sunday ticket. So, it's crazy. And it's like, like that, especially, being in a position where you can actually, I want to get stocks. I'm mad that I didn't get stocks in them.
Bruh. Dude, there's so much. It just meant when you said stocks, I don't know why, but the whole Dogecoin thing jumped in my head. No, I actually benefited from that. I made money, took Jason to Disney World on that little gimmick. I wish they'd do it to fucking Sheba. I'd be a millionaire. But speaking of computer technology shit, me and you've had many conversations for it, and it just does. It seems like there's no better time now to talk about AI and fucking aliens. Like, dude, it's mighty crazy.
Coach Lee said, not Sheba.
Man, I wish they would. I got like fucking 2 million shares in that shit. It cost me like $15.
Everybody says that. And you know what's crazy? Man, everyone that, mentions, cryptocurrency and stuff like that, they always have a long story for that.
Dude.
About how Shiba coin is going to come back and do a lot of things.
I doubt it will. I'm going to be honest. I seriously doubt it. I actually think that the whole crypto money thing, I feel it's a gimmick. And I don't think it's going to turn into what people think it is. Because people, I hate to say it, man, but we're greedy. Like, you can place what you want. Like, you can tell me, okay, I'm going to sell you this stereo. I want 1 million Bitcoin for it. All right, so you could buy that from me, but you can't go to Winn-Dixie and get groceries and pay for that shit with Bitcoin. Maybe you can in the future, but you better believe, me and you are very much into politics and shit, dude. We keep up time. You better believe that the government's not going to let even if it does happen, it's not going to happen very long.
They got Fed now right now. So, I mean, I think, that's the clap back to that. But, I'm going to tell you what was, so shout out to Jake. He says the biggest, massive gimmick. I'm going to tell you what was funny. And the power of, marketing and manipulation. So, what really had a lot of people thinking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency when they started having Bitcoin ATMs. So
they got one at the little gas station by my house up here. Fucking tripped me out on that.
But they're not understanding that, that is just a company that's bought the rights over that ATM. So now everyone's, so you thinking that people's coming up to this ATM, hey man, let me deposit my Bitcoin. I thought it was cryptocurrency, a digital currency.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are we doing here when they say, oh, well, I just came from an ATM that had Bitcoin. Oh, really? How much did you deduct?
Right. Exactly. Like, they take your money, you ain't getting nothing in return. And I don't like the whole deal of you can tell me how much you think your shit's worth and charge me what you want, because I can 100% fucking go on Google and see what it's really worth, and you're gonna overprice it. And then my thing is with that is look at fucking Odell Beckham. This dude fucking took Bitcoin as part of his contract, and then that shit crashed, and he wound up fucking losing most of his money for his fucking football contract. Like, you make yourself look like a fucking fool.
Right. So we're gonna take some of these comments. So they blowing up. So Coach Lee, he says, if it was that easy, it would really make a profit. We wouldn't know all about it. All a scam.
No. Now let me tell you this. I agree with that to a point. You definitely have to know what you're doing. All right. So when I was opening the shop, I got my ATM machine and my POS video poker. It's all through the same people. And this little young guy, Kevin, I met out of Chalmette, he's real big into cryptocurrency and stuff. And he kept preaching on to me. He's got YouTube videos and stuff. Dude travels the fucking world with it. So I listened to him, and I bought Dogecoin before it was even a cent. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm not an investor. I'm not a stock person. I put a little bit of money in it. I walked away with almost $9,000. Like, I'm not greedy. I cashed out, took Jason to Disneyland before fucking that shit, because it's not going to last. It's not going to stay up. And even if it was, just like with GameStop, they're going to shut it off.
I was just about to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because just how, to your point, like GameStop went up because of a scheme. Just pretty much like crowdfunding. They did that thing on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? But just like, and that's what cryptocurrency gave me. It was like crowdfunding, but it wasn't, endorsed by anything. So, once they just, like, hey, you know what? We're going to make this value equal this, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too finicky. I need a stable market. Right. So I don't think, I think the boom of that is already passed. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like you would be making money because why? You can, be a coach for these fools that you can catch right now. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, because I think now, since everyone has already cashed out, the crypto world has actually, had this boom. Now it's going to, drop below market. And now those people that can be like, hey, you know what? This is how ways you can make money from Bitcoin. But what do you think about Forex. Sorry to just squirrel on like, cause my I got like I won't call him my son-in-law. You know what I'm saying? He's real big on Forex.
See, my problem with it is if I'm gonna invest in it, it would be Bitcoin, just because I don't like the way all these new ones are popping up all of a sudden, and then within the first 5 years, now all of a sudden you seeing them on the news fucking being sued for fraud and shit, stealing people's money, like that. And what my biggest thing that's scary about it to me is you look at a lot of these problems that you have with the computer, the internet, and it's going to be with AI too. Kids, let me say it again. Kids can hack that shit on the computers. Like you said, GameStop, that wound up blowing up because of some young people decided that they was going to fuck over the elite rich people and the hedge funds and all.
Hold on, we got to give a quick shout out to our brand ambassador, K-Rob, in the building.
What
up? We seeing a tap there with him.
Thank you for tapping in, man. I follow your post, man, and look, some of that stuff. I'm sure all of it is knowledgeable and works, but I do practice some of that stuff you work, and I can vouch, man. Some of it does help. I'm one thing I learned since I got sober is, man, you gotta learn to fucking shut up and listen. Like, even if the people are fucking dumb, you don't never know what's coming out of their mouth, man. Like it just take a little thing to spark a fucking knowledge in your head, and you can run with it. But you always got to be able to listen and learn. You gotta use the bathroom.
Facts, man. Because to that point, like, because I've always been used to being one of the smartest guys in the room. So if I didn't feel you were smart, I was like, well, how can you teach me something? If you're a dumbass, you can only teach me how to be a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to learn, like, you know what? A dumbass can do what? Teach you how not to be a dumbass. You can learn something from everyone. You can learn something from that tree something out there about how to last and live so long. So, that was real resounding what you said. And if y'all want some information on finance, cryptocurrency, definitely check out my guy, Kai Robinson, man. That's his lane. He's also doing real estate investments. So
I was about to say, man,
that stuff, man. So definitely
he's always posting about the America's for sale, man, and offering counseling on, and he gives you it's
counseling. You make it seem like
Well, I was about to say it's a paid service he offers, but like if you watch his videos, he can give you the information to pretty much to where you ain't even got to learn it. He's going to give you the tools to be able to go buy these properties in these auctions and tell you how to do it. Like, he's not just taking your money, like he's actually walking you through the process. Like, a lot of people ain't looking out for your future like that. They're worried about taking their money. Kyrie's actually fucking looking out for you, because if he does you right, you're going to tell your friend that's more business. He actually does the business the right way. Like, it's not about just taking. I said about the donut shop. I want everybody to come in, but I need that person to come back. Go tell their friends. I don't need them just to walk in one time.
One more time, man. Say that again. You need your customers to what?
I need my customers to come in and it's not, they're not coming to buy a donut. They're coming for the Little J's experience.
Right.
I don't want them to come in and have a good time. I want them to come in and be wild to where they come back. It's not about building new customers. It's about building repeat customers. Like, you can get a new,
because just like you say with your donuts, we just moved, moved to Arlington, Texas, near closer to the studio. So they got this donut shop, you know what I'm saying, that's right next door. After coming to yours and being involved with Lil J, I have a high expectation for donuts, the whole building, everything.
Hey, you see me rip them apart and fucking throw them bitches away if they're not right. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I've seen you. I watched you on the process. So let me tell you this. So how do you feel donuts? How do you feel your donuts?
It's a machine. It's a machine. You do 2 at a time. Put them in there, fucking hit the button, and it fills them.
This donut shop cuts the goddamn shit like a sandwich and spreads the filling right there. Boy, I was so mad.
I'd be mad. It's like a steak, man. You don't cut a fucking steak while it's cooking like that. And see, like, what really pisses me off what really made me mad when I was working for other shops, because somebody taught me, and once you teach me something and I know it's a good product, you're not going to change my ways on it. And I stick hard to that. I made notes. I stick to my notes. And then I go work for these other shops, and like their sales ain't that high. They've been around for a while, but their sales ain't that high. And I'm watching them put almond and lemon and all this shit. And I'm like, if the dude legit taught me, and it's stuck in my head, if you have to put all of that stuff in your donuts to make it taste good, you shouldn't be making donuts. The only thing I put in my donuts is donut mix, fucking yeast, water, and a little bit of sugar. Like, that's it.
Look at my. I can hear my mama be like, no, no. She like it.
Oh, if I bring in a donut cutter to cut donuts and I bring one home, my mom and dad are instantly just tearing that bit. I couldn't even get the word out, just tearing it apart because it ain't mine. And dude, and to go to show you, I dealt with it. And it used to aggravate me. And like now I got my own shop. I see people saying it's crazy how like your loyal customers know your donuts. Because I had a guy working for me, and Dave is a good donut cutter. Dave always worked for me for years, man. Like, great guy, makes an excellent donut. But there's people that can come in here and you can put them side by side and they'll be able to tell you what donut I made and which donut Dave made. Like that's fucking crazy to me.
I mean, and so, getting into today's topic about AI, you know what I'm saying? Like, AI is like, we had talked off screen, off air, like it's been around of certain forms of it.
It's been like people are acting like this shit's new, just happened. But if you really think about it, like it's been around for years. Like when the first microwave was made, that's AI. Like you putting in a time and it knows what temperature to go to, how long to cook it. Telephones, that's fucking artificial intelligence. Them phones are telling each other through them wires how to hear each other and shit. Like, it's just way more advanced now. And the problem with it being advanced now is it's getting too advanced. Like, you can get a phone call and there's a new scam going on right now where people are getting phone calls and they think it's family members and shit. And it's not. It's an AI generated fucking voice. Right. Like, I sent you a video earlier of this AI robot that the military has. Bruh, if you let me tell you, Harahan has a lot of like American, you ain't coming to take my shit. Like people will fight their ground here. I guarantee, dude, you put just five of those robots, it'll knock this whole neighborhood out. Like, you seen the video. You can't knock it down. You can't distract it.
All right, so you're trying to tell me that days of the Terminator are upon us.
Dude, you saw the video yourself. Like, yes. Like,
man,
the problem with it now, this is the negative, the pro and the con to it. The pro to it is war. War is always going to be inevitable. Somebody's always going to want control. I would rather send 1,000 of those robots over there than 1,000 American, basically kids, to a war out there to go fight.
But why would you say that? Because this shit would cost a lot of money, like logistics.
What do you mean cost a lot of money? Dude, we just left $30 billion of fucking war equipment, gave it to the Taliban, and then now they're making videos showing that they're ready for war against fucking us and Russia and shit. Like, what the fuck? We gave them that shit. Like, because it's cheaper to leave it than bring it home. What? What?
And I think, it's funny. That's just like what was the what is it? The War of Lord. Wait, the Lord of War, the one that from Russia. How I remember seeing that movie then, how they would have all the artillery from these wars and they would just leave them right there. So that was my first time ever seeing like, hey, how that they just had these wars and just leave artillery there. So that's a good point.
And then it's crazy because they leave that's a great movie, man. Great example, because they leave this ammo, and then now you got their leaders taking the ammo, selling it to the black market people, or even you got the Americans selling good ammo to other people, to other countries and all, and pocketing that money for cash. Like, we supply the war that we're supposed to be fucking stopping. Make that make sense? Like, that war, just like anything else, war is a business, and there's a lot of.
What's funny? Because I was having a conversation about this, in the studio the other night. About pretty much this with America on how people, we're so much the big bully that we have to create our enemies.
Right.
So that's why we like you say, we got to go out and because the question was posed like, hey, why the statement was made is like we go out and train all the ones that's against us. You know what I'm saying? Like the Saddam, Bin Laden's, and it's like because hey, who's gonna really bow up against, Mike Tyson. Like when Mike Tyson was at his prime, nobody wanted to fight Mike Tyson because he knew you get knocked out in 30 seconds.
No, not at all. I mean, the same thing. Like you look at
real thing, and I'm
watch this crazy shit. I can't even do this.
I'm not sure if it's the coolest thing I've ever seen or if it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Of course, it would lag out on me.
Oh no,
that's like American Ninja Warrior shit right there. All right, give me a minute, Jason.
This is the Atlas.
That's insane.
Dude, like fucking that right there would take everybody out. Yeah. That'll take everybody out, bro. And then fucking that other video I sent you with the military one, like they were knocking that dude down and he was still making pinpoint shots. Like it was programmed. They and later in that video, they would have like 2 terrorists and a hostage. And that thing was able to go up and distinguish the hostage and the terrorists and shot them bitches, bro. Like you can't fuck with that. And granted, yeah, it would be I'm sure the government involved is gonna be a couple of $1 million. But at the end of the day, for the money we waste to save a life, it's worth it.
But I mean, all right, now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So the cheapest thing is life, humans. You know what I'm saying? It's less than $10 to cremate your body.
True that, but I would rather send a robot than my brother overseas to take a chance to fight a nonsense war that we shouldn't be fighting anyway. Like,
I agree.
That's the negative. Some of these kids, dude, let me tell you something. When I was 19, 20 years old, I wasn't an adult. Legally, I was an adult, but like looking back at things now, dude, you ain't even beginning to live life yet. And a lot of these kids don't get that chance over. Really, let's be honest, it all comes down to money. Like no war happens. Every war happens because of money. Somebody wants to they want to stretch their dick and piss further than the next one. That's like everybody I see all over Facebook. Everybody's tripping out about Sweden joining NATO. And they're like, how can they allow that? Because they're corrupt and money laundering. But that's exactly why they're going to let them in NATO. Like you don't understand. This war is not what the news are making you think it is. This war is about they're wanting to be a one world order, a one world currency. And do I agree with Russia? I do not agree with the way Putin is handling it, but I agree with him with the fact I don't want a one world order. I don't want a one world currency. We used to have the best of everything, the highest dollar to everything. We're losing that. We need to get back to that because as soon as we sign up with all these countries, that's all these countries that's going to be on board. Well, now all of a sudden you're just going to have a flat world dollar, so to say, instead of the American, the yuan, and all that. I don't want that shit. Like our shit's worth more over here. You buy something for 50 cents, that bitch will break today. If it ain't broke when you open the bitch. Like, no, man.
I agree. So, all right. So, so right now we got the infrastructure, we got the war, we got the cryptocurrency. We say that. So we say, so we all, I guess I'm saying this. So we can agree to say that cryptocurrency is a possible pyramid scheme, like Coach Lee said. I'm gonna ask you this: is cryptocurrency a real thing?
That's a tough one because
you see, it's very loaded.
I do believe Bitcoin is real. Like I know people that actually that is their job. Like it's crazy because they don't do nothing but sit behind a. I know. Well, let me rephrase this. I know dudes' wives that the husband are into crypto, and every one of them have the same complaint. Their marriage is shit because they're so tied up in that. Because you can lose everything right now. Like you could be up $10,000, and then in 2 seconds you could lose everything, and you got to hurry up and start working it. That shit consumes your life if you're hardcore in it. But now these other ones, anything besides Bitcoin, no. I think it's all somebody, just like anything else in this world. Somebody made something that makes some money, so now a bunch of people are trying to cash in on a knockoff on it too. Like perfect example with that was Dogecoin. Bitch, you can't go nowheres with Bitcoin that's worth $60,000. You think you're gonna take fucking Dogecoin in somewhere that's worth a penny? No.
And that was funny because Mark Cuban, he allowed Dogecoin to pay for the admission into Triple Double A's arena, to where the Dallas Mavericks plays. For you can buy Dallas tickets with that. But that quickly went away.
Went away. As soon as that shit fucking dropped that first night, everybody was like, never mind, my bad mistake, abort. Huh.
And it's funny because I always, everyone be like, okay, hey, how the world's going to have an issue, have money issues, right? But we haven't seen no other currency sustain, no other new currency. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, okay, I believe this whole new world thing is a false facade. You know what I'm saying? Like crypto, digital coin, AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is AI? How is AI gonna factor into this world? It takes. We've seen it with the military, right?
Dude, I believe, and I talk about this frequently on my Facebook page, and I always see people's posts, man, and I don't really comment on them because I don't want to offend nobody and hurt their feelings. But I read these people's comments, and like I'll say, AI is coming to take over everybody's job. Like, and then everybody's like, oh, it'll never take my job. It'll never take my job. You don't know what AI is capable of doing. Like you can program, like building a house. They can build a house in a warehouse right now and deliver it built to your property and put it up. If they could do that, you can't tell me. If robots can build a car, robots can build a house. Like, I do believe that there are some jobs out there where you're going to have a human on it. But I think it's going to come down to where it's going to turn around to be owners, and I'm looking into it myself, but it's going to be owners investing in the AI because we have to keep our businesses going. Like my bills are fucking coming no matter what. Like I gotta work. It's hard to get employees. It's hard to get good employees. That like fucking robot ain't gonna steal from you. That motherfucker, as long as you got electricity, that dude's coming to work the next day. He ain't gonna bitch. He's gonna do the exact job. They're gonna do it perfectly every time until the lights go out. Granted, downside, hey, tell me one electronics that hasn't broke. Like the shit's going to break.
It's when I had it's like the same conversation. I'm like, the only time technology fails is for two reasons: power and loss of access to, if it's online, if it's online, the internet's down. But the only time, it fails is if it's, power driven.
Right. Something that's going to have to be looked into more in the future is you start making these AIs, a lot of that's going to be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Man, you're going to have a 13-year-old kid hacking this shit just to say he did, just to brag to his friends and shit.
Yeah, like, and if you look at it, just like what we're going as far as with the government, the infrastructure, what we're being pitched, electric cars, right? What drives artificial intelligence? Electricity. So we're going to be pulling a lot from the grid. I mean, out here in Dallas, we can't even sustain a full summer or, a winter storm without our power grid going off. So let's say, we got electric cars, we got, electric AI, because I don't know if you've seen the new Google server that they've made to push AI. Oh my gosh, it is massive.
No shit. Well, dude, that's like, you see all these people, California and Colorado fucked everybody. I wanted one till this happened, but last year, AI is fucking dangerous, dude. So we're in the middle of a heat wave, and then all of a sudden they're gonna tell you can't turn your fucking air conditioner down, but they can tap into your shit to where you can't turn your air conditioner on. You got me fucked up. Like, no. As soon as I saw that shit, I was like, nope, I don't want one of them thermostats no more.
So I want to take a look at this. So what we're looking at here, right here, this is Google's new quantum computer is 241 million times faster than one they released in 2019. Next up, combining that kind of power with AI has hallucinations.
Dude, I can believe it. I can fucking believe it. 100%. And seeing that's, man, when you said hallucination, it made me, it brought my mind back to like now like they're actually making like some states like shrooms and shit are fucking legal. Like, do we really want our fucking
You took
public.
me for a loop on that, and I thought you was going to say, like, you know what, hey, that the the AI is going to be so realistic that the mind won't be able to separate itself
Fuck
from
no.
reality.
Like, we're going to be tripping our balls off and see a fucking robot walk down the street and be like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy. Same thing with you. You start making these robots, like, the robot only knows what you program it to do. Can you imagine, not to bring them up, but can you imagine what Hitler would have done if he had something like that?
How you wait? You're trying to get that thing out.
Bro, they got bad people out there in the world, bro. Like, they can get their hands on some shit like that. They will fuck shit up.
But I think, but just like, I've been a Star Wars guy. I've always been, R2D2. I see you there, Kerry. Appreciate you tapped in, man. Y'all definitely go check out their podcast. But, where did they get this from? The Star Wars, the Star Trek, the R2D2. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just the fact, like the Rudy's from Jetson. You know what I'm saying? Every time Jetson went to go work at Cogley's Cogs, he pressed a button and talked to a big ass computer named Rudy.
Right.
That was artificial intelligence at its earliest state. So, I believe that, they've kept it in a box, what I'm saying, like a chest, because, if we access that type of technology, what's going to happen? Right.
And see, and that's a big part of it too, is none of this shit is new. None of this shit is new. It's when can they bring it to the public? Because we don't do good. We don't do good with weird shit and change and all that. Like the aliens, do I believe that they exist? You're damn right. Like, there's no way we're the only thing out here. Like, there's no way. Do they know about it? I'm almost positive they do. Like, there's no way they not. But you can't tell me that if they come out and tell the American public, look, they got aliens, and show you this motherfucker, these people will lose their fucking minds. You hear me? It would be Independence Day in the streets today. Like, takes 100 million fucking light years to get over here. Like, but going into that, the whole reason for the topic is I find it funny that they're pushing all this shit all of a sudden, but it's right in time for elections. Like, is this the direction we're gonna go in to scare everybody? We're gonna go into AI and fucking and aliens, like, because the COVID shit it ain't gonna work again. Like, you're not gonna fucking tell everybody that they locked down because of a sickness. But I guarantee if you can make people believe aliens are gonna be invading, they won't come out that goddamn house.
Man, like, it's just like the conversation, and I was just, talking about, just like with terrorism, like, you got to realize that, like you were saying, what's happening in front of us is the world is making us afraid to go outside again. You know what I'm saying? Just like, the whole point to was terrorism, to whereas you're afraid to go to, the local marketplace, to go to, to a theme park because you're afraid the place might blow up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So right now, like you said, us being afraid of COVID or pandemic, that won't scare us. But what what America, the government does have, they have a roadmap on how to shut down the city. How to shut us, keep us inside, and that's what's scary.
Right, and that's all that whole COVID thing was. It's just you don't even fucking see Dr. Fauci now, but this son bitch was on TV every 15 minutes for fucking 2 years. Like, it's all a plot, and as we're letting them see what we're willing to let them do to us. Like, that's all that was an experiment, and it's gonna get worse. Fucking I do believe, like I was talking with you get into these fucking electric cars and all. Like, what happens the day that you fucking wake up and you driving and your shit drives you to the police station because you got a warrant, or Jason, stop. Or you your car won't even start because you got a suspended license. Like, yeah. Like, you don't realize how much you see these people. But I do. I get lawsuits put against me constantly every day from fucking major labels because I play the music during my live feeds. Nothing ever comes of it. They wind up blocking my video, and then they'll drop the lawsuit within 4 to 7 years, and they post my video. But they got computers that can find that, little simple things like that. So those computers are going to slowly but surely start altering us into who the government wants us to be.
Patrick said it most. To do about it. Technology making people dumber and lazier. That's what the government wants.
100%. Why do I have to go? Perfect example is Jason. All right, Jason wants the game Roblox and Minecraft on his tablet, but he can't read yet. I'm tired of him coming up to me. What's this say? What's this say? So that's an incentive. I deleted those games off the tablet, and now when you learn to read, I'll take them back to you. Dude, this little motherfucker, while I'm sitting in here trying to teach him math and stuff, he's running inside asking Alexa for the answers. Like, you don't even have to learn this shit no more. Like there's technology that, and then I don't know what grade it is, but I know back in the day we had a watch with a little calculator on it. We thought we
the Timex watch, Casio watches, yeah.
You're allowed to have a fucking cell phone in there now while you're doing it. Like you're allowed to bring a calculator in there while you're doing your math test. Like, man, why? I might have stayed in school if I was fucking able to do some shit like that. Like, I didn't tell her how this would have turned out.
You know, it's funny. I always say it was crazy because my son, he's 17, and I always say, I asked him to write, a report. Just give me something, an essay on, responsibility. Five characteristics of being responsible. And this guy went ahead and wrote his article based on an opinionated site. So he Googled and he found someone's article that they wrote. And he wrote an article based, off of an opinionated site. And I was like, when did they do that? So I thought you go and write something off some facts. Like, okay, hey, what is the definition of responsibility? You don't thought of what it is.
You don't even have to do that no more. I was, because me, once I pick a topic, I start falling into a rabbit hole looking it up. And there's a lot of these schools that are having problems with it now your 12th grade, your college, you got to write these essays. There's AI chatbots that will write your essay for you. You ain't even got to go read the story. All you got to do is read your fucking paper to make sure that you know what AI is, such that if the teacher hits you with a question, you got an answer. But that is one thing that scares me with AI is it's definitely, and I'm not saying this to be negative, I don't want nobody to hate on me, but it's definitely going to dumb down us as a species because we don't have to do the work to get the knowledge anymore. It's there on a computer. You can Google fucking anything. Dude, a very good friend of mine, Max, he's a construction worker, bro. I'm watching him on his Facebook build a robot, and he's doing it from minor looking stuff up and fucking AI chats. The AI bots are literally telling him how to make these things in program. And it's pretty awesome. It's motion and everything. It's crazy that's part of the scary part. If it can teach you that, why can't you teach me how to make something that's gonna fucking hurt?
Okay, so I gotta put my Mr. Parker hat on, back to my teaching days, because it's like with me, I always say teaching,
I feel like
my job as a teacher is to teach you how to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you're not reading, if you're not listening, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how can a robot or technology teach you? It can only show you because you're not comprehending. Like back in the days, when you get something you get a shelf, you got to put up a shelf, right? What came with a shelf? You bought a shelf, it came in a box. What came with the shelf? Instructions.
Well, now hold on. You've been to college, right? Okay, I have not, but I went and sat in classes with some exes. How many times has your professor not been there and you got taught by a tape recorder? I know it's happened. I've watched it happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got introduced. You know what I'm saying? You got me, I was a teacher. So it's like, my job as a teacher was never to teach your kids. That's what they taught us as a teacher, is to introduce new concepts. You learn at home. You know what I'm saying? Just like what you said with Jason. He's learning at home, but he's getting new concepts, being out with his friends. Like, hey, what are they doing? But he's putting an application at home. But now with AI, they won't ever have that application to learn. It's like they're always going to be, like you say, hey, write this paper for me. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, create this for me. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, okay, now you're just looking at the output and not even seeing where the errors are. And that's what's happening, just like with in these school papers that you were talking about. Because my daughter, who just graduated from Northern Arizona University, she was telling me how some professors was holding up some people's graduations because of an essay that they wrote, and it was found to be on Chat GPT. But instead of the school, or instead of the professor of the school actually, not passing the students, they
Right.
they allow them to graduate.
Right, dude. And that's something that's going to change. Like I said, I'm nervous when he goes because I believe it's going to be the AI.
The normal.
Right, like
That's
it's going to
be
be
the norm.
that.
This is why we discussed it, because this is what our kids are going to have to deal with.
Right, and the problem is you don't have the emotion. Like I had some I was a badass kid, but I had some teachers that actually cared for me and actually went a step further to help me personally, like one-on-one. You're not going to get that from a computer. You're not going to get that from AI. Like, it's not going to single nobody out like that. That's where our education system is going to lack on it. Because like you look at it now, our highest percentage, most kids can't even read these days. Like that's a problem. Like we don't even let them. We don't even teach them how to write script anymore.
Right.
Like that's always been
point. And just like with English, English. Where did the English language come from? Latin. You know what I'm saying? All these old documents, they're written in Latin. And if you can't read cursive, you know what I'm saying, you definitely won't be able to read Latin. So you start getting introduced to these old documents, you're gonna be like, oh, that's trash. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna throw that away and not even understand the importance of it, because why? You can't read it. You can't even understand it. But like in the older society, you had to read things. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have like what you just said. You didn't have Alexa, hey, tell Alexa, read this to me. We didn't have that. You know what I'm saying?
So we had to read a fucking book.
Some type of comprehension. Exactly.
That's why I do that reading challenge every summer, man. Like Pizza used to do. You read 10 books, I give you a free dozen donuts. Just to an incentive to get the kids reading, man. Like I try to explain to Jason why he's reading the book. He likes watching TV, and I'm like, it's like watching TV for your brain.
Right.
Like you read it, and your brain is gonna picture that. It's a movie for your brain. TV is a movie for your eyes. That's the way I explain it to him. But I'm very excited to show y'all this. It's our first one, and it's going to be debuted right here on our show. We actually have a Little J's commercial. Big shout out to everybody in Sports Talk with Friends Studio for helping us out making this. And we're going to take a quick break and let y'all see our commercial, and we're going to get back. When we come back, get into the rest of this alien shit, and then we'll wrap it up. But y'all check out our first debut commercial. Wah!
Little J's Donuts and more. Located in Harahan at 1301 Hickory Avenue. Come in for donuts, savory breakfast, king cakes, and more. Check us out on Facebook at Little J's Donuts or on our website, littlejaysdonuts.org.
Why you not painting?
Man, you know you don't be working like that. For a moment there, I thought you was working. I see you on there rolling with it. I'm like, oh shit.
I like paint.
You want to show him the painting? No. Jason wants to show y'all our artwork. He keeps bugging me. I'm gonna take y'all over here right quick. Just sit here, leave me alone. We making some changes in the shop, and I'm redoing our menu board. This is our local artist, Whitney.
Hey, Whitney.
She does all my wall art, but you can kind of see what we got. Gonna look at Jason's gonna point it out.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's awesome. And she got little donuts and stuff in there.
Okay.
I like it because it's different. Everywhere as you go in, they got menu boards or they got the digital TVs and stuff. And
AI.
Right, exactly. I want it to be different. So a friend of mine owns Ben's Burger, and he put a mural all over every.
So we got feedback. So Maria said, "Great commercial."
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it, man. I'm so proud of it. That's like my first commercial ever, man. That's like the real deal and shit. They did a great job. But I like the way he did his shop. He customized his burger joint. He's a big super fan, Cyborg Saints. So like it's murals all in his shop of like Saints and super fans and everything. And I really like the concept of that. And when I was trying to figure out my menu board, I changed it so much. I didn't like the TV thing because you know me, I'm not a computer person. It take me too long to sit on a computer and edit that shit. And it made me think to do a mural a mural on the wall of my menu board. And dude, like the feedback from everybody, they love it, dude. Like it's different. You don't go in places and see it, and it's huge. It's right there, and you can even see it from the drive-through window. So I saved me a little bit of money putting one out there to get tore up in the weather.
You know, and it also says, you know, like when I walk in there, you know, and I see that, you know, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You actually invest in the local community, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that you ain't that creative to do it, you know what I'm saying? But that shows you support the local community, you're giving back. Because when I walk into a place and, you know, I see their menus all on computers, OCBs, order confirmation boards, I know that they're getting into AI. They're investing in AI. They're investing, you know, into, you know, themselves and not into the local community. So double salute to you on, you know what I'm saying, keeping that, you know, personal approach, you know, appeal to your store.
Exactly what you said. I just had this 2 days ago. Somebody put a complaint on about the shop because they said, well, everybody knows I listen to like real loud metal music and stuff. She came in here. I had my radio going. No, nobody complains about my music. They think it's funny because I'm in my zone and stuff.
Right.
They laugh at me. They can hear me singing. They want to see me. Stuff. The lady came in and she made the comment that the donuts was good, but the atmosphere was grungy and ran down, and you would think a teenager owned it. I will not deny none of that. It's no secret. I put it out there. I'm sober. I'm just learning who I am in the last 6 years. Hey, I still dress like I'm a fucking teenager, you know? I don't know what name brands I want. I don't know what color palettes that I actually like. But I love the New Orleans voodoo. I wanted to hold on to some of that memory. That's why I painted my shop in the voodoo. Like, you look at my shop all around, I got pictures of clowns, demons, my kid. Like it literally looks like a teenager's bedroom. When she said that, it made me think about, but that's me though. Like, I'm so fucking random about everything. That's my personality.
Right.
You can walk into my shop and look around, and without knowing the details, you can actually look at my life story from my journeys over the years. It's all in here. Like, I like that connection because it gives people, it's a great conversation starter with my customers because they just want to know what it is, what it's about or whatnot. I do like that the customers are coming in, they're noticing my mask from the podcast because I keep it on the wall right here behind me. So like they like, it's little stuff like that. Like, you can't let go of those memories. My past disgusts me, but I'm happy about it at the same time because I learned a lot from it. Now I'm blessed with another opportunity. I got the right knowledge to move forward with it by the grace of God. Like, I can be disappointed at who I was, but at the same time, you got to be able to accept the peace. I ask my Lord for my forgiveness, and I take that knowledge and move forward. And I'm more grateful that I have a son now that I know has hypertension problems and all, so he's going to be easily exposed to bad crowds just because of that. I know the signs to look for, so I can try to keep him on the right track with that. So it all played out for a reason. AI ain't gonna do that for you. Like you're not gonna you go see a social worker and shit, man. That social worker is not gonna have the sympathy for you. You're gonna be a number. Same thing with you had said something earlier before the commercial break. I wanted to say, and it just popped in my head again, talking about the banks. You're absolutely right. It's a domino effect. You look at why all of a sudden you got JP Morgan is bailing out everybody, but his emails with Jeffrey Epstein happen to just disappear. That's a trade-off. That's a trade-off right there. We're going to keep you out of jail, and I'm going to give you this business because you can take me to jail. I need you to be quiet. So now how all of a sudden JP Morgan, you ask anybody, I'm with JP Morgan Chase. They're fucking assholes. You're nothing but a number with them people. If you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're not loaning you shit. Like, they don't care. But now all of a sudden they becoming one of the biggest banks, while the banks that actually did try to help you are failing and closing. Like, that's scary, man, because I got lawyers, like, you know me, I got two real deal lawyers been with me for my life, man. They kept me out of fucking prison and shit. They helped me out. I have people that they handle my money for me, you know, like I have advisors, and dude, every one of them sit there and tell me, make sure you keep cash on you, because at any day, bro, the banks are gonna go. I truly believe the banks are gonna go. They're gonna close. That's gonna be a good way to reset everything, because they're not gonna be able to just close the banks and then reopen them. It's gonna take a couple months. When they reopen them, bro, it ain't gonna be with humans. It's gonna be with fucking AI and shit. I truly believe that in my heart. You can go to a Chase Bank now when there's nobody in that bitch. There's ATM machines where the tellers were. Like, the fuck? Well, what happens when that? And then when the machine don't give you, that's my problem. When the machine fucks up and don't give me my money, well, you got to wait for the company to go empty that machine to see where the mistake was made to get your money back. Bitch, I ain't got 10 to 15 days. I need my money now. Like, fuck that. But that kind of stuff, like, people don't understand. When you wake up in the morning and you can't access your money, dude, shit's gonna fucking go bad quick, bro, because it costs you $20 just to leave your house. Well, we learned that from the hurricane. Anybody that lives down here in the South come hurricane season, everybody knows to keep cash on them, because if that hurricane hits you, go get your money out the bank, because you're not gonna have access to it. Nobody's fucking taking anything but cash when it does start opening, because we there's no internet, there's no lights,
there's no value for money. But that, that's what I'm saying. That's the biggest thing.
But what happens? Let's fast forward 10 years. All right, another Katrina comes through here, fucks everything up. What happens when there is no more cash? Now you got no money and you can't access your money. You even more fucked than you was back then.
And to me, and that's where I feel like what true business is, because before there was money, before money and currency and all this was put on us as a human, as a race, it's like, how did we do business? It was barter. You know what I'm saying? Just like in Alaska, these guys fishermen, the fishermen give their fish to the hunter.
Right. I watched a show on that. The guy traded some speckled trout to get a tooth pulled because he didn't have no money for the dentist.
Right.
But that's only going to go so far, because that dentist has still got bills, and electric company's not going to take fish.
But that's where I feel commerce comes in at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like, where things change, because, we were taught how to survive. We know how to survive, but we don't know how to survive when there's commerce. You know what I'm saying? Just like when economy, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In America, they got econ, 101, 102, and which is totally different from history, totally different from survival, so that's why I feel like it's a systematic approach to, our control, and AI is just an extent. To me, AI is a flex, because if they didn't already cloned our meat, they didn't cloned us, now they're coming out with replicas of us.
Dude, Jamie Foxx, I'm just saying it don't make no fucking sense. It don't make no sense. I understand you're a private person, and he's really not much on media and everything. But let me tell you right now, I will give my left nut to science right the fuck now. If you come out and there's that much speculation and talk about you dying and being a clone, you would have came out and made a statement to let everybody know you all right. Because when it comes time to make that, we made you rich. We went and saw your movies. We went to your concerts. You would address that. I don't care how private your life is. Like, if that rumor was out that big, you would step up and be like, hey, look, I just want to let my fans know I'm all right. You motherfuckers was quick to come on TV and tell me to take a shot.
Right.
But you look at Madonna, dude. Like, I'm not a fan of Madonna. I'm intrigued by Madonna. Like, Madonna, I hate to say it, but literally got famous to be a pop star fucking whore. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But even in her old age, she didn't look bad. And then she got sick. You look at this motherfucker, she don't look real. She don't even look real when she moves. Like, I don't know. You just had a concert where Drake walked out on stage and sat on the couch with his younger self at a hologram that looked real as fuck. Like, how much of the Matrix are we already in to a point? And now we're gonna throw aliens in this shit. Like, that's one thing that I am curious to how it turns out, because I'm very much into the politics, and Republicans, Democrats don't get along for shit. They don't agree on nothing. It don't matter what it is, except for they want those documents from the Pentagon. Both of them agree they want those documents because they got the whistleblower saying that we have proof of aliens, we have dead aliens, and I got questions too, like everybody else. Like you go, one thing that I always was intrigued by the spaceship crafts is like you go look at anything that we have that fly, there's a burner trail behind it. Like something is pushing that motherfucker. So that there's a burner trail. You don't see that in none of those videos. And then now they show the one, it's going in the water and out the water, and it ain't losing no speed. Well, that's not good for us. We ain't got shit that can do that. Right. We got a truck that we can drive from land onto the water. That's cool. Chevy built one, but we ain't got nothing like that. Like that's the scary point to it to me is at what point, let's just say it's all real, all right? Everything, AI, the alien. At what point we are going to have to adapt to it? AI ain't going nowhere. It's only going to get more and more and more. It's going to cost people jobs. I guarantee you, if they open up a strip club with the robots, people are going to it. We're weird, dude. Like 90% of the people that are big on TikTok, they're people. They anime. They dress up like this shit. They're gonna fall right in suit with that. And I mean, they got sex robots now that it'll do everything you want. And the things don't look, they're not ugly. They're not ugly at all. And it don't fucking say anything. Like it's only a matter of time. And that's gonna further make us seclude ourselves, which that's gonna be what's our own domination. Is like we're gonna be bred to not count on each other like we should. Like
I mean, because a society divided is a society controlled.
100%.
That's definitely what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we were divided.
Can you imagine
COVID?
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine the stand? Now take away January 6th. That's a bad example. All right, like that. But can you imagine like what's going on with France? All right, they're trying to take away their Social Security and everything. Can you imagine the change that we could make in America if we would all get on the same page and march to the Capitol with one agenda? Because everybody forgets at the end of the day, they work for us. We had to vote them in there. Our taxes pay their fucking money. Like we're literally letting them force us to do what we want to do when we put them in that position. We could take this country back at any moment. But we're never going to agree on. I saw a thing today where the Democrats they're trying to say that if you, I'm trying to think, physique is fascist. If you're working out and everything, you're a strong left. You're a strong fucking right wing. Why are you trying to downplay people being healthy? Like why is it a bad thing to be fit? Like that's a personal fucking trait. I choose to fucking have a belly now because I don't want to work out no more. Like I'm tired of waking up doing that extra shit. But I respect the person next to me doing it. I don't think he's a bad person because he's doing it.
That's the thing. He think you're a bad person because you're not doing it.
Right, dude. Look, I need you to go work out because I want you to come buy this donut and then go work out. Like fuck, like we can help each other on that shit. But it's crazy how like little things like that are being turned, and by the end of it, it's going to be a fucking huge issue. Where I said it once, I'll say it a million times. Social media gave everybody a voice when everybody don't need a voice. Like it's me hurting your feelings with something I said is supposed to build character. You know, you don't have to fucking agree with me. That's why you don't live with me. That's why we ain't fucking.
Shout out to Two. Hold on. Two said he'll beat a fit dude up.
Look, this dude, I got a deal made with him. I talked to him today since he's the furthest person I know away from me. And the dude's been bugging me, hitting me up, man. He wants them Little J's donuts. I'm actually going to ship him overnight donuts Wednesday.
Nice.
Let him get them Thursday. And then the only thing I'm charging him is I want his 100% honest opinion. If they're horrible, I need to know because this is going to be a test run. And if they come out good, we're going to start shipping donuts.
Nice. Definitely too. Make sure you videotape that experience. But I want to take a shout out. Time to give a shout out to Back of Town Dex, man. You know, I see it in the
hey.
You know what I'm saying? Here, Back of Town legend. We see it. I appreciate you. Be home. Free you. See you soon.
Y'all make sure to check out
Tuesday. We got the donut review coming up.
Dude, I'm curious to see because I don't want you to, because you know me and we're all brothers with this podcast trying to make it work, man. I don't want you to sugarcoated. Like if the shit don't work, fucking it don't work. I need to know
he
because I
gonna
don't
give
want
you
to
the whole
ship it to
truth.
somebody. I don't want to ship it and it be fucked up product, you know. So I figured he's been bugging me about it, and it don't cost nobody nothing. And it's a test run, and I get to hook my boat. Because no matter what, I know the donuts are good the next day. Like people tell me all the time, for some reason my donuts last 3-4 days. So I know they're gonna be good, but I just want to make sure how they travel in transit.
I understand.
It is a donut. It is mostly air. Like if they just throw this box around, they're gonna fuck all this shit up. It ain't gonna be cheap. Like you're looking at $60 to ship a fucking dozen. So I want it to be right, you know.
Right.
So I just figured it was a perfect opportunity to fucking jump in that and see. Plus, he gets something that he's always been bugging me about.
Definitely look forward to seeing how you make that an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like just not ship, maybe donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, ship a coloring book. I don't know, but definitely, if you got that cost like that, I want to see how you create, maximize that customer experience.
Dude, I tell you something that I want to do, man, and I'm looking into it, like selling on Amazon. I'm actually talking to 2 companies that make paper plates. I want to make Little J's paper plates. Everybody uses paper plates, bro. Like I use them religiously. Fuck them dishes. But I know some people that would buy them if my logo was on there. And then the more I'm looking into it, if I can get hooked up with one of these manufacturers, I don't even have to deal with the inventory. They'll make it and ship it straight to an Amazon warehouse. They're gonna keep a little more percent. I don't give a fuck. It's all free money to me. Like I listened to one that we was talking about earlier with Robinson, K. Robinson. Like I went and kind of dug into something he said, and he was right, dude. Like a lot of this shit, you can actually make money not being out of pocket. You have to be able to prove you can make the money. You just can't call somebody and be like, hey, look, I think if we do this, now this is what I know we can do. I can prove that I sold 50 t-shirts in 1 hour. Like I can prove I sold 300 t-shirts in 24 hours. That kind of stuff, that log everything, that kind of stuff goes a long way with people that want to make money.
Right.
And I do believe that people would buy Little J's. Fuck, I would buy Little J's paper plates just because I don't want to like do dishes and shit. But I know some people that actually have look out for me and they proud of me and they'll help support that shit. I'm about it, man. Like anything like that. I want cups. I want a Little J bumper sticker. Fuck. But nice. I want to thank everybody for tapping in with us this week, man. And look, this was a good one. I always want to talk about the AI and the aliens because they coming. There ain't nothing we can do about it. You're just gonna have to learn how to adapt with it. Always remember to fucking give your grace to God, man. Without him, none of this is possible for any of us. Even if you don't believe, I hope one day that you can just open your eyes and take a chance to look at it and see what's really there, because people will always tell you it's just a drunk story or it's people that made a story, but you can kind of be sure to take care. Tune in every Sunday at 8 o'clock when me and Uncle Leroy jump into another topic that we have no idea what it's going to be, but it's going to be fun. Check out Sports Talk with Friends. We got a lot of new podcast shows coming up and a lot of different topics that you can take interest in. And we will see you next week. Tell them bye, Jason.
Yeah.